Hi, I'm Rigger. This is You're Right, and we are going to continue with the path of the Avatar. Last time, we met Avatar Roku, we got our mission, and we barely escaped the Fire Nation. Well, we haven't even escaped the Fire Nation yet, just escaped the attack of the Fire Nation. Not the big one, the one on the temple. But anyway, this time, I have no idea. But before we dive in, be sure to like it if you like it, share it if you think others would like it, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, and subscribe for more. But we're gonna dive in real quick, so that being said, I'll see you on the other side. Alright, and that was the Water Scroll. I gotta say, it's definitely a smaller episode, but I still enjoy the things we explore in this show. Yeah, like I said, it's a lighter one than last time, obviously. It's no earth-shattering, missions or anything. But, quick plot, what is it? They stop off for supplies, basically. And, well, no, that's not true. I'll start at the beginning. Katara offers to teach Aang waterbending. Quickly, this becomes annoying as he masters things that she took months to even get down, and she's still not that great at it. So, she basically runs out of tricks immediately, and he's already pretty great at it. This, of course, comes off the heels of Aang's mission, where he has been tasked to learn all the elements, so why not get started? Because there's still some distance from the North Pole. This leads into an accident where Aang accidentally washes away their supplies, so they go to a little trading port, and they are very low on money. They've already run through most of their money. Important purchases are a whistle that doesn't seem to whistle, and that's about it. And they find a suspicious ship that is offering to sell them some stuff. Going in, Katara recognizes a waterbending symbol on the end of a scroll. Opening it, realizing it is a scroll of waterbending forms, exactly what they need. Not just her, but also Aang. And they quickly realize these people are pirates, and they definitely stole pretty much all of their goods, including the scroll. So, as you can imagine, their bartering goes nowhere because they have no money, but the pirates chase them. It's pretty obvious, what happened. Katara stole their scroll, doesn't feel bad about it because they're pirates, but they go through a merry little chase, etc., and they end up getting away to start. This is tied into the secondary plot, which is Zuko's plot, which is basically Iroh is missing a piece for his game and has decided to alter their course to go to a market town to try and buy it. It's interesting. I'll cover it later, but anyway, so yeah, they're both heading towards this port town. Zuko arrives later, but the frustrated pirates are talking about him, so of course he knows where to go. He decides to team up with the pirates. Hey, they stole your scroll, come help me, because I want to get them anyway. So they head down the river to find them. Back with... Zuko's being smart again. They'll be on the water, because they stole the waterbending scroll. So, back with the gang, Katara is trying to learn from the scroll and is struggling, and of course Aang is doing everything perfectly first try. This actually causes Katara to snap. Her frustrations come through as she yells at him about how naturally gifted he is and sorry everyone's not like you. This seems to actually legitimately rattle Aang. And, she immediately apologizes and, it's just human frustration, which is a nice element to cover in any story. I'll talk about it later. But, so at night, they are sleeping it off, and Katara goes to practice with the water scroll again. She can't put it down. Momo is watching. I notice you, Momo, being real smart as always, and looking out for people. But because she's out yelling to herself and getting frustrated, she is spotted by the pirates and Zuko. She is captured, and the whole team is captured. When they're brought for a trade, Zuko has the scroll and says he will hand over the scroll if the pirates hand over their prisoners. And Sokka comes up being pretty intelligent by turning them on each other by revealing the Avatar's identity. So the pirates realize he's worth a lot more. They fight the Firebenders and the pirates, and the team escape in the commotion. And they manage to keep the scroll at the end of the, big tussle. This winds up with them nearly going over a waterfall, getting rescued last minute. Again, pretty simple of a plot, but there are some interesting elements I really want to talk about here that I don't know if the show's really going to cover as deeply as I'd like, but yeah, it's on that frustration thing. Something that's been on my mind for this show, and on all shows like this, is not just the Chosen One thing, Avatar Chosen One, gotcha, but that's already a trope in itself, but the idea that only some people are benders, so not everyone has this skill. Katara has it and Sokka doesn't. Maybe he does, maybe it's latent and he could unlock it, but I don't know. But it seems like in general, not everyone could learn to bend. You have to be a bender or a normal person. And that's sort of, I can't imagine that, there must be frustration from the general public, right? Not that you can do anything about it, but it brings up this idea of, not entitlement, but natural advantage, I guess, because Katara, like, you know, has her waterbending, and you could say that puts her above Sokka, even though he's annoyed at it, like, he just doesn't care. But he, you know, it's like, oh, she is, like, legitimately picked by nature to have a skill he doesn't. Not just like, oh, he's more, like, she's more physically capable or something, you know, not just genetics of, like, an athlete or something like that. But no, she has this mystical ability. And then Aang comes along, and suddenly he is way better than her. And I almost feel like it should have been a lesson where she realizes how other people feel, sort of, that the people who don't have bending, it would have been an interesting thing to learn. You know, the frustration of, you weren't chosen to be special, you don't get to do this thing. But, you know, and she has to face that because now she's in the face of someone who's just naturally way better than her again, and can do all the elements, you know? Again, it's a bit of a deeper theme that I don't think they really touched on. My notes are pretty slim for the episode. It's not a huge list, but I'll go through them. What was I going to say? Appa is me. Just dive in the water and chill. Yeah, Appa was great. I love him. I just love Appa. He's such a character. It's really fun. Yeah, that's the natural gifts thing. Oh yeah, hey, there's a guy in the town that's totally Buccaneer. You know, from Fullmetal Alchemist. It's just like, it's, hi Buccaneer, what's up? The hair is slightly different. But also, yeah, Katara, you thief. But that's another thing they didn't really go into the morality of. It was like, oh, stealing for the right reasons. You know, you're stealing from a pirate. You know, that was the last line. Stealing is wrong, unless it's from pirates. And I want to say personally, I love pirates. Fantasy pirates are the best thing. You know, not real pirates, but fantasy pirates are just one of my favorite fictional things to play with. They're so fun, and I love all the character stuff. Before you ask, no, I'm not going to do One Piece. Well, not yet, because, you know, I did the math, and if I did a weekly review of one episode of One Piece, I'd have content for, was it 18 years or something? So, yeah. Not gonna happen. The cabbage guy returns. Lovely to see him. My cabbages. I actually had a note here that I really thought would be interesting, and I'm hoping it happens. Which is, I would have really liked to see what happened if Iroh ran into the gang alone. Like, if they both arrived at the market, and Iroh confronted them without guards and Zuko there. Would he talk to them? Would he fight them? Would he try and interact with them? Would he try and arrest them? Would he let them go? I don't know. I'm just really curious. Because he's a very intelligent man. And I feel like, you know, he's definitely not as dumb as he plays on. I really feel like he's trying to teach Zuko patience going with this. I have to go to change your course from your life mission to go get this game piece. But I almost feel like it's like, you know, putting him through frustration on purpose to try and teach him things. I don't know, but I would have really liked to see what would happen if Iroh just ran into the gang alone. Because we know he's very capable as well. Like, he could fight them. Definitely. So, you know, he's notorious, and we've seen him fight. So, yeah, absolutely. Again, Sokka being clever, really interesting. Oh, Zuko is also clever, and I really like the necklace finally came back. It didn't have, you know, as much meaning as I hope it would. It was just, oh, my, you know, the necklace, like, please give it back. I'll give it back, you know, whatever, if you tell us where the Avatar is, or I can't remember exactly what he said, but yeah, that kind of thing. It's like, oh, you want this back, so mine. But, you know, that's okay, I guess. It is also interesting that, as far as my memory serves, when looking at the thumbnail for the next episode, she doesn't have it, so she didn't actually get it back at the end of that. But I do like also that Sokka came around and actually stole the water scroll back for them. Like, you know, he didn't go out of his way to do it, but he found it, and he's like, yep, taking that. Also, Momo's great. Again, Momo was watching you. Momo was special. Momo knows what's going on. Momo rescued Katara. Momo had an aerial fight with the parrot thing, and the flying in this show was so good. I meant to mention it last episode with the blockade running and all of Appa's flying. And here, Momo gets into an aerial battle as well. And it's just really, really cool. They did make some progress on being waterbenders at the end. They fought a entire, waterfall current for a while. But again, the whistle that doesn't seem to whistle, if you're a grown-up, you saw that it was shaped like a bison, and also, you know, we know about dog whistles and stuff, so yeah, it definitely works, and Appa saves the day again, because Appa is the best. I think that's everything I have. I do think there's some interesting questions here that they didn't exactly touch on, but I do also like that we're making progress. I do still like how close Zuko is on their tail, and it'll be interesting going forward, because they've been close so many times. Also, it's not like a thing, but I just noticed with the framing in this episode, like, I don't think they were trying to do it, but Zuko and Katara is definitely a ship somewhere, right? Because just, yeah, I don't know why. Just got those vibes with them being that close. Obviously, they're enemies, and I don't expect it in the show, and I wouldn't really want it. And also, there's, the, what do you call it? The whole issues with the Fire Nations and, you know, them attacking. I'm sure we have a long road to go to for them to see eye to eye at all. But I'm sure that's a ship somewhere, because it's just the framing of the questioning scene and stuff. But anyway, oh, and the best line goes to Iroh for, you know, this is all my fault. And the reply is, no, it's not. And then I was just like, yeah, it kind of is, actually. It is absolutely your fault. I also like him contemplating if, you know, a saying he said in passing should be a proverb or not. You know, are you two so blind fighting each other you can't see your ship has sailed? We don't have time for your proverbs. No, it's actually sailed. Oh, maybe it should be a proverb. So he was the win this episode for sure, was Iroh. And then, you know, the joke at the end that the thing he lost was actually in like his sleeve the whole time. But yeah, a pretty chill episode, pretty low-key episode, but a very enjoyable episode. And we're setting things up for the future. The necklace is still in play. Zuko is still right on the tail, though, down a ship. They gained the Bison Whistle, which I'm sure will be helpful in the future. They gained a Waterbending scroll, so both Aang and Katara can make progress. And they made some new enemies who, I don't know, maybe the pirates will pop up again. I sort of hope they do. I just like pirates. But anyway, we'll see. But that's all for now. Until next time, remember that no matter who you think should get together in a show, no ship tops a pirate ship. Anyway, my name is Rigger. I hope you have a wonderful day. And I hope I did alright.